甘いものは正義だよね。感謝の気持ちくらいは伝えないとね。ありがとう。たまにはいいかな、こういう日があっても。あなたにあげる。やっちゃおうかな。盛り上がってきたよ。綺麗な花に秘密ありってね。それっと。はい、おしまい。あなたにあげる。ファイナルファンタジーブレイブエクスビアス幻影戦争。それじゃあこれ受け取って。
Hey guys, it's OdaibaDiver here, and I'm back from my hiatus from YouTube. It's been a while, and today we have news for you guys about the new unit, or rather this year's Valentine unit for War Divisions JP. Now, before I get into that, I need to do a bit of a shout out to Visipur, the guild that I am in for the global version of the game. So right now, Visipur is looking for 1 to 2 new members to take the place of some people who are leaving the guild or potentially leaving the guild. And if you feel like you are a rather competitive player and you want to be part of the #1 guild in War Division's global version, do hit us up here in our Discord server, discord.gg/Visipur. And yeah, go over there. Just even if you don't want to join the guild, it's a pretty good place to hang out and talk about the game if you like. But if you feel like you may be what we are looking for, definitely look to the leaders and sub-leaders of the guild and see if you are somebody who would be a good fit for Visipur. So yep, that's all I have to say about the guild. If you want to see the details for what we are looking for, just pause the video and read all of this stuff. Actually, I should have scrolled slower here, but for the people who want to read this, I'm just gonna do a slow scroll across this message. You can find this in the War Divisions Discord server as well, by the way, under guilds if you do a search for Visipur. And yeah, that's all I have to say about our guild, I guess. So we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled War Divisions JP news right over here. So let's talk about Valentine Miranda, who is of course this year's Valentine unit for the game. And actually, for the trailer that you guys just watched earlier, there is a bit of a mistake that they've confirmed already, because Valentine Miranda is actually a light unit, not a wind unit that as might have been indicated in the trailer earlier. She is a Cost 70 light unit whose main job is Sword Sorcerer. That's a new job that's going to be a a generic job that future units can have as a main or sub job in the future as well. For her sub jobs is Grimoire Keeper and White Mage. One thing to note as well is that for Valentine Miranda, her main weapon, or rather the weapon that she can equip, is Katana. So if you're concerned about what job base or vision card, weapon limited vision cards she can use, is all under the group that allows Katana users to benefit from the effects. Not a lot there, I believe. I don't actually have a setup right now to show you guys all the vision cards for Katana users, but I believe there's only like 2 vision cards that Katana users can use. Anyway, back to the skills for Valentine. I almost say Valentine Miranda because that's the unit I'm looking to pull when Valentine rolls around in War Divisions JP. But no, Valentine Miranda, her limit burst is something called Magical Valentine, and it is a single target attack, range 3, and a range height of 1. And what it does is for 3 turns, it will lower the spirit and light resistance on the enemy target before applying mag base damage L. So just to be clear, when she attacks, the first thing this move does is for 3 turns lower the spirit and light resistance first on the target, and then after the debuffs have happened, then Miranda will do her damage L. So next up we have, I believe this is an AoE attack, range 4 technically, but through the AoE range you can hit up to range 5. And this move, for the range, it also has a range height of 1 with an area height of 1 as well. And what it does is, first of all, the move will increase Valentine Miranda's slash resistance penetration for 3 turns first, before applying to the target's 2 consecutive hits of mag base damage M. So seems to be a pretty decent move for raising Valentine Miranda's slash resistance penetration. Because this is one of her longer range moves and is an AoE attack, it does mean that a lot of the times the AI will default to using this move, which means that we have a good amount of chance to see Valentine Miranda getting her slash resistance penetration buff. Finally, the last skill that has been revealed for Valentine Miranda so far is Re-Raise Force, and this is basically a re-raise move with the additional effect of when Valentine Miranda has this re-raise effect on her, she will also simultaneously get area resistance up. So no word so far on whether this is a 1 cast or 2 cast ability, but given that this is on the main job, there is a chance that she will actually get 2 casts of this move. Although, with that said, this is, after all, this job here, Sword Sorcerer, is meant to be a generic job class that other units can also have. So there is a chance that, just like with Martialist, the re-raise move may only be 1 cast. We'll have to wait until the live stream later tonight to see if that is indeed the case. Now, for her master ability, I almost said Winter, Valentine Miranda has the same thing that all light units have, which is for light allies, HP, maximum HP up plus 10%, and then light attack ability plus 15. And for Miranda herself, she gains slash resistance penetration plus 10, as well as obtain AP plus 30%. Yeah, so that's all we know about Valentine Miranda right now. It is kind of a difficult name to say, Valentine Miranda, 6 syllables. But anyways, later tonight, about 3 hours after the global server reset timing, they are actually going to do a brief JP official live stream to talk more about the Miranda unit. So I will be doing a live translation stream for that in just a couple of hours from the time I publish this video. So if you are keen to find out more about Valentine Miranda, do check out my live stream. And if not, I will probably be making some kind of recap to let you guys know what they actually unveiled for Valentine Miranda. One thing I forgot to mention is, because the sub-jobs are, Grimoire Keeper and White Mage. So for Grimoire Keeper, so far there's only been 1 character in the game that has access to this move, or rather this job class, and that is Halloween Lucia. And so we know from Halloween Lucia that the job level 12 skill for Grimoire Keeper is actually the barrier move that gives the unit a physical barrier of protecting up to 7,500 HP. So most likely that is going to be the job level 12 move for Valentine Miranda as well. So just based on that alone, we know that she has re-raise, and she also has a physical barrier if you were to select Grimoire Keeper as Valentine Miranda's sub-job. For White Mage, I'm not sure what the possible job level 12 moves are, but I suppose we'll get that information later on in the live stream tonight. Now, in other Valentine news for World of Visions JP, there's going to be a new weapon, and it's called the Candy Blade. Obviously, this is a weapon that's meant for Valentine Miranda, and apart from her, other katana users can use it, but for now, we don't know how good it will be for those users, and whether or not it will have exclusive abilities just for Valentine Miranda. So we'll have to wait until this Wednesday to find out for the exact details of the Candy Blade. Apart from that, we also have a, I think this is JP exclusive, a Valentine's Quest that will take place from February 14 all the way until the 22nd. And what this is it's a once per day quest. And just by clearing this quest, you will get a bunch of free items that will help you to grow characters in the game. And depending on the total number of chocolate puddings. I don't know what is this called in global, but in Japan they call it choco pudding. And depending on the number of choco pudding that JP players get to defeat, we will get a bunch of extra rewards. Most likely we will reach the maximum and get all this good stuff you see over here. Once again, I believe this is a JP exclusive thing, so most likely Global is not getting it. From time to time they do these kinds of JP exclusive events. Another thing that's likely to be JP exclusive as well is the 2023 Valentine's Day free 10 pull, and this 10 pull will guarantee that you will receive a UR unit in the 10 pull, and that UR unit will be female. So you can receive, I don't think they actually indicated who you can receive in the, in this 10 pull, but it does say here that it will not include any unit that is a time limited or fast limited kind of unit, so no Perrine, no collab units and all that, but it does include the Valentine units, I believe. So hopefully from this temple I will get either Valentine Ildira or Starlight Elena, because I still don't have Starlight Elena in World of Visions JP. And this is only valid for 1 day, from Valentine's Day midnight all the way until February 15, 5 AM JP time. Next up, I think there's one more thing for Valentine's Day that we're getting, and it is... or actually I think maybe that's it. So basically there's a 10 pull, there is a weapon, there is a quest, and of course finally we do have Valentine Miranda, the new unit for this year's Valentine's Day in JP. Now for the exact summer banners, that information will only be published tomorrow. So we'll have to come back and check on this tomorrow. I don't think I'll be making a video about the summon banners for Valentine's Day unless there's some really interesting thing that I should cover. So that's all for the Valentine part for World of Visions JP this year. Next up, we're going to talk about a few of the other things that's been announced for JP. First of all, the map change for Arena is going to be benefiting, the map effect will be benefiting light units, HP and MAG up. And then we also have the return of Pickup Battle. Kind of curious that I think Pickup Battle is happening this week in Global as well, right? But in any case, in JP it will begin starting from this Thursday until next week. Let's see here, do they indicate until February 24? So until next Friday for 8 days. And we also have a new chapter for the main story. Not much that you can get from the teaser banner, I think. But for people who are caught up with the story, it's going to be a continuation of the ongoing saga featuring Glassula. And then of course we have another story, Chapter 2, Scene 5. So this, I think, is probably the second last chapter in the game. They didn't say for sure if this is the last or the second last chapter, but from what I can tell, there should be one more chapter in another story, Chapter 2. Mostly because next month is probably going to be Rafu. She's probably going to be the unit for release at the start of next month, and then in the middle of next month we should be getting the final chapter of Void and the Darkness, which will lead up to the final boss of In Our Story Chapter 2 being released as the unit for April 1st. Other than that, we have some adjustments here. This is only a text adjustment that is meant for the JP game, because for some reason they accidentally use a number of different terms to refer to obtain AP up, and so they're going to unify all of those terms to say the exact same thing now. So I'm not sure if in global they will make that mistake, most likely not. And then for the units they're getting their dream upgrade, that will be Valentine Ildira and Valentine Salia. Valentine Ildira as well will be getting her master ability too. And then for the +6 equipment that is being released this week for JP is going to be Tourmaline Ring? Tourmaline, how do you say it? Tourmaline Ring. And then this is Quasar, the sword for Estrus, and this is, I believe, Valus Book. So those 3 equipment are getting their +6 version. And I believe that's pretty much everything we've covered for the War Divisions JP news this time. Now I'm gonna quickly switch gears and talk about global real quick. I don't actually have my global version of the game fired up here, so I don't have any visuals to show you, but as some of you guys know already, this week's new unit is going to be Amethyst. So I think tomorrow what I'm gonna do is make a video, a should you pull video featuring Amethyst, and in that video you will see my kind of a tier list that I've made that's going to be kind of the system that I'm going to use to let people know what kind of players should pull the new units that are coming out. And it's going to cover Amethyst as well as all of the units and vision cards that can be pulled at the moment for, or rather, you know, when Amethyst comes out this Wednesday for World Division's global version. So if you're interested in that, yeah, please look forward to it tomorrow. And for now, what's going to happen is a couple of hours from the time I post this, like I said, there's going to be a JP broadcast. They didn't actually indicate it in the in-game notices, so I don't have a visual for you, but head on over to my YouTube channel, click on the live tab, and you will probably see a scheduled broadcast for, I believe it's 8 p.m. JST for JP timing, which means that it's 3 hours after reset on Monday, today, for the global version of the game. So I hope to see you guys there. It's been a while since I've done one of these streams. The last one was, I think, like 3 weeks ago, something like that. So I'm probably a little bit rusty, but we're gonna try and get to you all of the information about Valentine Miranda that is conveyed to us on the JP official stream. So yeah, so I hope to see you guys later, and that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.